So we're going to be talking about SSPs, everything about SSPs. As Jeff said, I did a real deep dive to research SSPs, their history, what they mean, what their place in society is. So anyway, so here we go. SSPs, it stands for super short print. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. That took about 6 hours of research. My spelling is spotty, but that's,
super short
print. How about I did not know that. Yeah.
Back it up.
All right. So it does get confusing because Topps also, of course, does short prints. So they decided extra short. And so while it's a silly acronym, it does actually make perfect sense. And we've really, we went. SSPs are parallels. They're just not for every card in the set. Usually, Topps does about 25. That's kind of the area that they're sticking in. These things are not numbered, but there's sort of an internet consensus in the card world on like Blowout and Instagram that there's about 300 of these, give or take. And I was just excited to find anything that we could reach an internet consensus on.
Yes, that's rare.
It's extremely
and whether
rare.
It's accurate or not, it is a consensus.
Yes, and while some of the message boards where there were conversations about it did sort of delve into some flat Earth theories, but we will stay away from those because everything is a set. But yeah, so generally speaking, there's about 300 of each SSP out there. Some sets will have more, some sets will have a little fewer. We'll get into that later. Anyway, now, two things about that number. Not everything that's printed is ripped. And not all of these cards were noticed. That's one of the cool things about SSPs before 2023 is that there was really no way to tell what you had. The borders weren't different. They weren't numbered. There were only two things, a different image and a tiny little code on the bottom that neither Jeff or I could even read. I think anyone over 35, it's just a blur. Like it's, So we appreciate Topps' effort to keep these hidden for a little while. So anyway, I did a little digging. The first SSPs I could really find Topps did were 2009. They did 19 image variations. 16 of those were like Hall of Famers and retired legends. The 17th was Thurman Munson. The 18th was Barack Obama. And the 19th was CC Sabathia. I don't know why they chose CC Sabathia. Jeff enjoyed his time in Milwaukee. Very brief time, but a pretty successful time. More pitches thrown while he was in Milwaukee probably than anywhere else. But so it's his sort of, he's like the first active player to have an image variation, and he's wearing his Yankee uniform because he just signed the deal. It's not rare and it's not expensive. There's one on eBay right now for about $15 if that's if you like the history aspect of it. So 2010, we had more retired legends. We had some pie in the face cards and rookie cup variations, which sounds like really exciting. When I saw these, I was like, all right, you get our first rookie cup image variations. With only 4, and the most popular player of those 4 was Travis Ishikawa.
Oh, for the Giants.
Yeah, for the Giants. So not a great rookie cup list back in 2010, unless you're a Giants fan and you want to really remember that. I think he had a walk-off in the playoffs. That's the card for you. Otherwise, it's a hard pass. But the best card from 2010 is like one of the first real SSPs out there, and it's the Steven Strasburg rookie. So if you have a minute while I'm rambling incoherently and Jeff's probably rolling his eyes, just go to eBay and look up Steven Strasburg 2010 Topps pie face. It's a really short print out of update. It took me like 30 seconds to realize what I'm even looking at on this card. It's really weird. He has like fake plastic hair and he has just taken a pie to the face. It looks like he should be in like an old British courtroom or something. It's a very strange card, but it is really cool. And if he had the career that he wanted, the Nationals wanted, Topps wanted, we wanted, that card would be an awesome long-time card to have. As it is, this is sort of a weird novelty, but it's still pretty expensive. Is that? No? Okay, nice. All right. Where am I going with this? Okay. The first set that kind of looks the way we're used to it seeing is 2012. We had 22 total image variations, all active players, no more retired, just all superstars. And according to Cardboard Connection, 2 of these cards are, quote, particularly valuable and hard to find. And that is literally the only explanation for those 2 cards that I find anywhere. So maybe those are the first 2 real, official, intended SSPs that Topps made. One of them is Jose Reyes, another guy who didn't have the career that, I think a lot of us hoped that he would. And the other one is a guy who did have a career that we all hoped he would. And that is the machine Pools. So this right here is the 2012. Beckett even calls it an SP with glove. I think PSA calls it catching. There's about 20 of these between PSA and BGS. So this is like one of the first SSPs out there. It's probably one of the last times Pujols played the field, but it's a really, really cool card. I could only find one for sale on eBay. So I'm guessing that means that is actually pretty rare. I took like a telescope, and it has the same magnifier, it has the same code as the regular SP does. This fantastic Freddie Freeman attempted high five in the dugout, kind of a brutal image. But so I don't think Topps didn't denote it as anything, but they definitely printed a lot less. And those cards were popular, and so Topps pretty much took off. So 2013 update, we got a lot of really, really good. Yeah, I saw it for the first time, Bill, a couple weeks ago, and I was actually able to track one down. I was pretty excited about it.
And it's nicely centered, so at some point Topps could center their cards.
That's right. Okay, so 2013. Like in 2013, Topps was rolling. So they did some SPs in the first two series. There's a bunch of Trout, like Scott and Harper have sunglasses, and there's like reaching over the fences. And then an update, they did some SSPs. Now these have got to be less than 300 because you just never see them. They did SSPs for the series 1, 2, and 3. The two biggest ones are the Manny Machado, which is I think one of Machado's best rookie cards. Jeff wants to dig one out here. There it is.
Yes.
It's an awesome shot.
Horizontal.
Yep. Not a lot of those. I think there are about 20 total at PSA. Yeah, super rare. Their other most famous card out of 2013 update is the Prince George of Cambridge card, which we do not have. None are for sale that I could find. You could Google image that one if you want to. So yeah, William and what's his wife's name? The royal family? William and Kate. Yeah, I guess it's their firstborn son. I'm not a big British royal person, as you can probably tell by the way I talk and what I drink. But yeah, so it's just him like swallowing a blanket. And I've never seen one for sale anywhere ever. So I assume a lot of those are tucked away. That's not an SSP that's going to get confused for a base card.
No.
I don't think so. So anyway, Topps continued. There were some active players and legends as we went through like 14 and 15. And in 16, they really officially started the 25 per flagship SSP. And those things are super hard to find. We don't have any. I rarely see them come up. We're going to talk to a few people later on tonight that have them, though. So we're going to get a pretty good SSP show coming up. So, stay tuned. Then 17, we've got some really cool horizontals, like the Bryce Harper glutes. Just a great shot. 18 is known for the SSP rookies.
Yeah, we got a lot of 18.
Yeah, some really hard to find update rookies with some great shots. Yeah, this is out of Series 2. This is Ohtani's first flagship SSP. For some reason, in 2018, Topps went with the hand up as their theme, or standing on the base. Some weird choices. I don't know, but you can see in Albie's endeavors here. They're just kind of like pointing.
Yeah,
nothing really super special about these cards. Like read the jerseys pretty well, but for whatever reason, some of the Topps is like, hey, it's cool when players put their hands in the air. So, obviously, of course, we have this kind of famous, really, really nice, not crossoverable, but really beautiful Acuna card.
Ben says those 2013 update SSPs are tough. Took me forever to find a chipper a while back.
Yeah, he's got. I think it's an all-star one, right? Yeah, those are. It's way less than 300, and whatever came out, whatever was ripped, if people knew what SSPs were back there, they're in PCs or they're just buried in boxes. 2019 gave us some cool shots. There's a really awesome Austin Riley card we are going to see soon. We don't have one, unfortunately, but we do have. You want to show this?
Yes.
We do have this beautiful Vladimir Guerrero out of 2019.
All of these look like they were cut with a cheese grater on the top. There's the top edge of most of these is.
Yeah, and maybe they just threw the cheese grater at the card. Yeah, it's pretty good.
But it's a great card. It's his first hit.
Yep.
First major league hit.
Yes, and that's the best kind of SSP when they have
specific stories.
There's a specific thing about them. But don't think for a minute that Topps stopped there, because in 2020 they added a third S. Don't know why. Maybe they just who knows. But there are some really cool 2020 SSPs. We don't have any. I think someone coming on might have one, but you've probably seen them. There's a Lewis Robert with no name on front. There's the Mookie Betts with the Hollywood sign behind him. There's that Jordan Bichette, Lewis Robert, like triple rookie card.
Yes.
And then there's a Rob Manfred card that I think probably people throw darts at.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then 2021 gave us, because we got to go further, right? Now we have the Ultra SD, because I guess they just didn't want to make 4 S's. There's got to be a limit to how many S's they can use. So we have one of those. That's that Freddie Freeman over there. Not that. Yeah,
this one.
Yeah. The good one. There's another one of those we're going to see next. Our first guest has one of the greatest, I think, image variation cards of all time of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see what else he's got for us tonight. But just generally speaking, what Jeff and I like about SSPs is that they don't really advertise what they are. Like you kind of have to be like in the know. It sort of felt like on my list. It sort of felt like we're in a club, and the password is just like knowing what the image is. Like it's not a cool club, mind you. It's not a club that you're gonna like meet people and have a great life, but it's a fun club. I don't know, Jeff. What do you think? Any general thoughts?
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to Eric, who did some Prince George research for us, and he said a PSA 10 sold for $300 and a PSA 9 went for $113.
Oh wow, so that's more affordable than I thought.
More reasonable, yeah.
Now, do we think that if he becomes king at some point, that card goes up in value? I don't know.
Probably because that'll be a long time down the road.
Yeah.
So, and maybe you could get it autographed.
Yeah. I don't know.
A 1 of 1.
Yeah.
I think like Chris said, the SSP, the appeal of it is the rarity and the finding them. So when a set would come out, you get the base card of a star, and then you'd see the SP sometimes, and you'd be looking out for what the SSP could be. So it's something really cool to watch. Now it's pretty.
Yeah, it's been changed.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, now you've got the SSP in big letters on there.
Yeah, Kevin, that's where we're gonna get to that. One of our favorite things, we have this like baseball chat on Instagram with some people who I think are in here, and like one of the best days is when a new product comes out. And everyone just like starts scouring eBay and Blowout and Facebook, and we're looking for what the SSPs look like. And it's very fun to just see these images pop up for the first time, because we all know what the base cards look like by then. But the SSPs are they're something special. And do I feel like Topps made them less special by advertising on the back with the big gold SSP? Yeah, they absolutely did. But if that gets more people interested in them, maybe it's for the best.
That's the silver lining, right?
Yeah.
More people would know what they are, so they might be more interested in finding out what old SSPs were as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So we think there's a good chance of that. And I don't know. So right now, we don't own any yet. We have not bought any yet. The Michael Harris one does look really badass. So that's definitely on my list at some point. But I do enjoy, the hunt. The hunt for the card that just has the different images is a cool thing.